She packs her things. She packs her new college clothes, her new college boots, her new cool biker jacket. She's happy, psyched, afraid. A new life, a new chapter away from home, away from me, her mother, who has been her home for the last 17 years. She's ready to go, to experience the world on her own, without me. But I am her first language, her native language, an old flock of words secretly tucked under her tongue. She crosses things off of her list: a shiny new suitcase, bedding, books, her art supplies, new underwear. She takes her tennis racket too. Her dorm room overlooks the tennis courts at her leafy college campus. I get her a Maniki Nico, the Japanese waving cat. To bring you luck, I say. She's always wanted one. We're both anxious and stressed about the move. I take time off of work. She leaves her summer job for good. She gives her cat Ty lots of cuddles. We pack both our cars, and we're on our way to Vermont. We drive through Ohio. We pass Mentor, pass Ishtabula. We're surrounded by fields, green, luscious farms, with big red barns, straight out of a children's picture book. I wonder who I am when I'm not her mother every single minute of every day. I wonder who I am when she's not with me. I wonder what I will miss most, what I will miss first. The answer is immediate. I want to exclaim, "Look, cows! Look, horses! Look, deer!" as I usually do when we're on a road trip together. But she's in her car, and I'm in mine. And I feel an ache as I see foals, calves, and fawns following their mothers, grazing when their mothers grazed, alert when their mothers' ears perked up in alertness, staring in deep reflection into the far distance when their mothers stared. The hot August sun falls on the rump of a beautiful brown horse, and its shiny coat shimmers in rich honeys and golds. Dark, shadowy woods on both sides of the road now, and I think to myself, this is motherhood. A dark, shadowy wood, unknowable in its depth, evergreen. We exhaust Ohio, and our phones ping. "Welcome to Pennsylvania. Pursue your happiness," the welcome sign reads. Lake Erie on our left yawns and opens its wide blue-gray eyes. Its dancing waters ripple and wink. We're getting close to New York. We pass Buffalo, Niagara Falls, Rochester, Syracuse, and Albany. After many cornfields, towns, and quaint cobblestone villages, we finally reach Vermont with its green mountains and its clear lakes. The campus is a swarm of energy, so much smiling, so many "nice to meet yous" and "welcome, we're so glad you're here." Jori and I carry her heavy suitcase up her room on the 5th floor. Clunk, clunk, clunk. The new shiny suitcase goes up the steps. She's happy she gets to choose her bed before her roommate arrives next week. I smooth the new crisp sheet across the small single mattress while she hangs her clothes in her wardrobe. "I've never slept on such a small bed before, Mom. You've always spoiled me," she says. She did sleep on a single bed when she was small, but that was a long time ago. And it's true. I've always tried to give her the best of everything. Comfort. She's always known comfort. And this makes me proud. She places the Maniki Nico on her desk in front of a high bay window. Solar-powered, the overweight, smiling white cat begins to wave, an overflowing pot of gold in its lap. A mesmerizing sunset trickles through the lime-colored leaves, bathing us in a puddle of soft, tender light. By the next day, she's annoyed by everything I say. "Hey, let's ask where the post office is in case I need to send you something." "Mom, I'll ask tomorrow," she chides me. Okay, I say, and be quiet. Oh, let's find the student parking and take your car, I suggest. Mom, I'll take my car tomorrow. Okay, I say, and be quiet. The edges of my heart crack and crumble. You wanted to raise a strong, independent, self-sufficient young woman? Well, congratulations, you've succeeded. The universe scorns me with an ugly smirk. It's time for me to go. She doesn't need me anymore, and I should be proud of that. She doesn't need her mother to find the post office. She doesn't need her mother to find the student parking or ask where to issue a car park permit. She can do it on her own. I thought she'd be relieved to see me go, but when we hug goodbye, she cries. You're going to be amazing, I tell her. You're going to be great. I'm so proud of you. I love you. And remember, you can always, always come home, no matter what the situation is. I hold her tight. Then I let go. I wipe my tears as I walk away. My mother's instinct kicks in. What the hell do you think you're doing? You can't just leave your child and go. She's just a baby. She doesn't know anything. She can't survive on her own. But I put one heavy foot in front of the other and keep walking. Walking away from the body I protected and fretted over all those years. The mind I fed and nurtured. The smile I coveted and captured in all its toothless, shy, ecstatic, cheeky, cautious, and confident stages, filling pages and pages of so many photo albums. The eyes I had to learn to decipher when in her early teenage years she communicated only through grunts and exacerbated sighs. The hair I washed, shampooed, combed, and braided. Big fat tears roll down my red-hot face. And I'm grateful for the darkness that begins to descend around me as a gaggle of college girls walk towards me. Long, swishy ponytails, pastel athletic wear, giggles and rollerblades. The epitome of youth, joy, and health. I start my 9-hour drive back to Ohio. I think of how, throughout her life, I've steeped her into my love of art and literature, discussing our favorite books and authors together, talking about paintings we've seen at the museum for days, lingering on the magic of going to see a live orchestra. I made her love what I love, see the world through my eyes, and now she will see the world through a fresh pair of eyes. Decide for herself what the world is. I am no longer her mother tongue. She will have new names for things, and those new names will be different than the names I taught her. I get home to a silent apartment. Ty is happy I'm back. He looks behind me. Where's Jori? His big green eyes silently ask. I tell him Jori will be back for Thanksgiving. I clean up the mess he made. I shower. I make myself a sandwich. Silence, silence, silence. As I get ready for bed, I send her a text. Does she need anything? Is she okay? Yes, she's okay. No, she doesn't need anything, her texts tell me. My first night alone in 17 years. Who am I when I'm not her mother? Her favorite mug, with a picture of a black cat, lays upside down on the kitchen counter, untouched. The first Saturday passes without me making her favorite Saturday breakfast, pancakes. The first Sunday passes without me making her favorite Sunday breakfast, French toast. I come back from work swelling with an appalling story I want to tell her, but she's not there. No shock and indignation to mirror my shock and indignation. No hilarity in her laughter to mirror the hilarity in my laughter. So many little stories, news, silly gossip die in me unsaid, unshared. I've lost my best friend. I didn't know how much it had meant to me, hearing mommy, mommy every day. And her name for me had changed over the years. She was born in the UK, and with her thick British accent, I was first mummy, and then I was mum, and then I was mother. Then we went back to Kuwait and I was Yuma, and then we came to America and I became a perpetually annoyed mom. Mommy, huggies? She'd ask me for cuddles when she was a toddler, and we would cuddle and snuggle, and I'd cover her with kisses. She calls once a week, breathless with all the marvels of beautiful Vermont. Her new friends, the campus, her professors, the library, the art center, a great, big, noisy world bursting with color. Mom, we went to Burlington, and it looks just like a British city. Oh, and I swam in Lake Champlain. Oh, and I'm going to learn to ski once the snow covers the mountains, she tells me. That's great, darling. That sounds exciting, I tell her. Unencumbered. This is how I want her to live. Untethered. This is the life I want for her. Why I've taken so many risks to migrate to this country. So she can be free. Free to move, free to travel, free from religion, free from the tyranny of Muslim men, free from the hell of Islam. Free to live her life however she pleases. There was a time when my life was so entwined with hers. She was the very center of my everything. My life revolved so completely around her that the idea that I had existed once before her, that I had had a life before her, that I was someone before her, stuns me. And now, a similar astonishment. From now on, she will have a life after me, a whole life that doesn't include me at all. I will exist only on the periphery of her life, only knowing what she allows me to know, only glimpsing what she allows me to see, as she transforms into the woman she was always meant to become. I think about the miracle of her, of all the women who had come before her, just so she can come along, just so she can happen. A dormant speck of an egg, she existed in my womb, not only since my birth, but since I was a fetus in my mother's womb, waiting for her time, waiting for her turn. I stagger at the miracle of her. Fall comes, and I go into the woods. This is motherhood, I think. The deep, shadowy woods. Not evergreen, I now realize, but ever-changing. Its very beauty, its very power, is in knowing when to let go and when to begin again, churning its myriad shades of green and gold.